This is a call to protest in Washington, supposed to happen next week. The problem is, the account behind this is fake. And its hosts, resistors, are not who they claim to be. So Facebook shut it down today. In all, 32 pages and other accounts suspended, saying these are bad actors trying to sow division amongst voters before the U.S. midterm elections in November. So who is behind them? Well, Facebook suspects Russians, but it can't be definite.
It's clear that whoever set up these accounts went to much greater lengths to obscure their true identities than the Russian-based Internet Research Agency, IRA, did in the run-up to the 2016 U.S. presidential election.
There are distinct hallmarks of 2016, just not enough conclusive technical evidence, says Facebook's head of cybersecurity, Nathaniel Gleischer.
We can say that these accounts engaged in some similar activity and have connected with known IRA accounts.
Facebook has been under vice-like pressure to police its platform, to call out the fake sites and groups trying to draw in unsuspecting users. High time it revealed what it's found, according to the U.S. Secretary of Homeland Security.
We are in a crisis mode. The Cat 5 hurricane has been forecast, and now we must prepare.
Last spring, when we visited Facebook headquarters, Monica Bickert told us they are laser-focused on detecting fake accounts.
We know that there were accounts before the 2016 election that shouldn't have been there. And now our tools are good enough that there are more than 1 million accounts per day that we stop at the time of creation because we know that they are fake.
1 million a day?
Yes.
That's a pretty big number.
It's an arms race, says the company, and these are the weapons. Critically injured last time, it moved proactively this time.
The significance here is that these are coordinated campaign, and they are not only just posts that are going up on Facebook, they're advertisements going up on it. They were setting up protests that were fake, right, but getting real people to go to them in the real world.
In Washington, Congress is threatening tonight it will bring in a new sanctions bill against Russia. And that advertised protest? Well, Facebook informed everyone who said they might come, about 3,200 people, it's not on.
So, Susan, seems like the same MO, but what's the biggest difference this time around?
Yeah, as you heard, the company said there are similarities, there are differences. One of them is IP addresses. Last time there were some Russian IP addresses. This time there are none, although they caution those can be spoofed. The other thing is advertising. Some of the advertising last time, according to the Mueller investigation, was paid for by Russians. This time it's paid in American and Canadian dollars, and it's small. It's $11,000 paid on advertising.
Lots of mysteries here, including the use of Canadian dollars. The scale here, a lot different.
Yeah, I mean, last time what we know from that investigation is 29 million Americans directly viewed those fake sites. You put in sharing and it's more like 126 million Americans saw them. This time we're talking about only 290,000 people had access to these accounts. So big difference. So the question left to chew on is this a smaller, more carefully disguised campaign by Russian actors, or is it some other disruptor going by the same playbook?
Okay, Susan, thank you. Well, as Susan said, we don't know for sure who's behind all of this, but you can see why red flags have already gone up. Back in February, Special Counsel Robert Mueller indicted 13 Russian intelligence agents. Among the charges, creating fake social media accounts, buying Facebook ads, even paying people to take part in rallies to undermine Hillary Clinton and the Democrats for the benefit of Donald Trump by inflaming existing divides in the United States. What did that look like? Well, take a look at Houston, May 21st, 2016. 2 rallies happening at the exact same time. Angry Americans squaring off. An internet research agency was behind both rallies. It created a group called Heart of Texas, promoted a Stop the Islamization of Texas rally, planned it for noon. But it also created a group called United Muslims of America Defending Muslim Rights. That rally also planned for noon, right across the street. The confrontation wasn't huge, but it brought attention and perhaps made even wider a sometimes ugly divide in American society.